All right, so hopefully that was helpful. Whenever you pick up a single leg, go shoulder deep, thinking about moving them around, because remember, setup is everything. If you don't move up properly and your opponent's in a good wrestling stance, trying to pick the leg up is going to be extremely difficult, and that's where you get in trouble. But if you can take the time to set up your attacks with hand fighting and moving him around, moving backwards, moving forward, feinting the leg a couple times, going for the arm drag, and then you shoot it and pick the leg up, you'll find it'll be so much easier to go towards your offense. And when you do it, you'll be like, fuck, that was easy. I barely even tried. Anyway, now we're going to move on towards guard. So the other day we had a look at De La Riva. We're going to continue on to looking at switching towards different types of guard. So from here, I pull myself into a straight hamstring guard. We call this De La Riva straight hamstring because he's stepping straight across my hamstring. If it was the other side, it would be reverse De La Riva, which is a different move. Now, your main thing when you have guard is moving your opponent around. Anytime your opponent's just standing over the top of you, this is bad, right? Because he can drive into you, he can exhaust you, and he can start getting good passing grips. So you always want to be moving him and never have him set base and be balanced. And the first way we're going to do that is by with this grip on the ankle and pulling the knee. We'll look at what if it stops next. So from here, we're going to take our thumb towards the inside, sit up and pull the knee and engage a hook. Our goal from here is to use our leg to kind of tilt towards the side and get a very good angle. And when I do this, I can extend, I can keep on knocking him down until I knock him down towards the floor. And once I have him knocked down towards the floor, this is great. Wrestling up is very easy, or I can just simply pull the leg up towards my far hip, and now I'm gonna win the wrestle up battle. Because he tries standing up, I can keep my knee turned in, I can pin him towards the floor. So really important, get really good at off-balancing people from guard, right? It's the same thing in wrestling, where you wanna move them around to set up your attacks. Same thing in guard. If you don't set up your guard attacks and you just try immediately going for the offense, it's not gonna work. So really practice off-balancing it. So sit up, grab the knee, engage your hook. If you try off-balancing from here, maybe you can, but see what I'm doing? I'm scooting my head around the corner and then pushing his ankle and getting his ankle off the floor. So you really emphasize that detail. Any questions? Yeah.
Do you block the heel with the outside arm of the leg, or do you just hold the ankle?
I C-grip, so I'm blocking by C-gripping. So I'm not like doing a normal grip, I'm hooking my thumb like this and it pushes the ankle inside. So when I start taking an angle, my elbow goes on the mat, I can like push it and it makes it stronger. Yeah? Make sense, guys? 3, 2, 1. Cool, so we go towards here, I pull myself in towards the De La Riva. Right? He knows if he stays here, he's gonna be kind of cooked. So what he does, he starts backstepping and then he pushes this ankle down, pushes it down, and he clears it. So now, I can't no longer off balance with this because I don't have anything pushing on his leg. So what do I do from here? So anytime this happens, you wanna think about switching what you off balance with. So from before, you were off balance with this hook. Because he pushed that hook down, I want you to think about off balancing with this hook now. You can off balance in multiple directions. What I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna think about pulling him overhead and getting his hands towards the mat. So he can even sit up and get a cross frame or cross lat frame and use this to get his hands towards the mat in this direction, right? So all we're doing, we're thinking about changing what we off balance with. If he pushes this leg down, it doesn't make sense to continue to off balance with this leg. Off balance with this leg instead. Whether you wanna off balance in this way, you go to reverse guard, or what I think is a great option is like kind of sitting up and then redirecting his head with your hand and using this hook. Because you end up in a scenario where both of his hands are on the mat and now you can pummel. Now from here, you pummel your leg towards the inside and you just steal inside position and now you can start attacking from single leg X. So now you've upgraded your guard. You went towards a position where you have like an early stage guard that kind of, when you're playing jiu-jitsu, right, ideally you want to get inside position, start leg locking and doing things like that, but getting there is a hard part. Someone good won't immediately let you get into the legs. You kind of need to work from like lower tiers of guard to upgrade into a higher tier of guard. So if he starts pushing your ankle down, use your other leg. Sit up, redirect, and use that leg to extend and get him off towards the side. Now you can pummel your foot towards the inside, and now you can think about attacking from there. Any questions? Yeah. Let me feel. You don't have to, but yeah, you don't have to, but you can if you want. It's a very easy transition. Like you can do this to this. Yeah, I think I would. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Sometimes if I have Spain on the ground, so if you play guard, good. I will clear the hook. They clear the hook, right? But they're so upright. So I feel like off balancing this way is very hard to keep a good base. So when your opponent does this, switch towards a scoop grip. This is where you think about playing scoop De La Riva. So scoop De La Riva is very good because it has its advantages. It offers more connection. I think it's a little bit easier to off balance them. So how do we switch towards a scoop? So we pull in like this, right? we have all our options, we feel like our hooks are getting killed. So from here, we take our knee next to his knee, we go elbow deep, and we hook towards the scoop. And now all depends on my opponent's reaction. First, I'll just say, do a similar move from before. So get his hands towards the mat this way. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hook the far leg, we're gonna pull our knee to our chest, and then extend him down towards this direction. As we do, I think about sitting up and doing a crunching motion where I tilt onto my hip. So very important. And once I get towards my hip, notice what happens to his legs, it becomes very light. And now I can steal inside position. And now it all depends on how is my opponent reacting. If he's not grabbing my ankle, I just pummel my hook towards the inside. If I feel like he's grabbing my ankle, then I make like a weird pummel where I put my foot on the hip and I pummel my knee through first. So no matter what he does, I can still pummel and get inside position. So once again, we pull into De La Riva. I feel like he's killing my hook and I'm playing upright. Ideally, I want my knee next to his knee. Right? I keep tension and I scoot out towards the side. I go elbow deep on the scoop. So elbow deep and I grab my own shin. And that's all about off balancing with your hook. So you can't really off balance that well with this leg. It's about moving this leg. So make contact, pull your knee to your chest, and then extend his toes out in this direction. And now think about doing a crunching motion. You get out towards the side and you lift with the scoop. Now you have a bunch of options. If his leg is kind of straight, then I can pummel my foot and make a pummel like this and steal inside position. And now look where I am. I'm in a great position to wrestle up, to attack him, to go into my offensive sequences. That make sense? Yeah, 3, 2, 1. I personally think this is the strongest option. His offer is back attacks and leg entries. So from here, we pull in and we're gonna set it up off a reverse guard. So I'm gonna lock my ankles first and then I'm gonna switch towards the scoop. The reason why I like doing this is because it wedges my knees in position. If I have a scoop grip, but my knees towards the ankle, anytime I have a De La Riva hook, my knees down here, I lose a little bit of power of my De La Riva hook and it's harder for me to off balance. But ideally, always have your knee next to his knee. Because if he tries driving forward from here, you can keep him away. If you try driving forward from here, you're gonna get crushed and you're gonna lose your guard. So make sure you're knee to knee. So from here, we switch towards the scoop. Anytime I feel like his knee is slightly internal, I can break him down. So I'm gonna switch towards the palm to palm grip. I'm thinking about levering his toes off the mat, and as I do, I pressure down with my hamstring and I extend, I can turn him away. This motion is very powerful and it creates a lot of back exposure. From here, it's all about stretching him out. So he wants to push his butt back into you, you wanna extend him all the way away. And now we have a bunch of options. We can sit up, we can put our hook in, and now we can just pull him towards the side, and we end up on his back. But the main thing, once we get towards this position, we have a bunch of options. We can just extend and move away, take his back is exposed, which is very good for us. So one more time, we have him standing, we pull into this position. I like locking my legs and then switching towards the scoop. This is extremely powerful. All I want is his knee turned in slightly. If his knee is all the way open, right, maybe this wouldn't be a good time to do it, but it would be a great time to go back towards the weighted sweep. So anytime his knee is turned in, we can do this move. I go palm to palm, I aim to catch his toes onto my delt, and I scoop. I pressure down with my heel and I extend with my quad, so I pull his heel off the mat, and I create a lot of pressure on his knee where he has to go down. And now I extend him away. Now if he tries driving into me, I have him sort of extended, I can sit up, grab the hip, I put my hook in here, and now I just pull him back into my hip, and I have a hook in. Yeah, this move works. I've done it to a lot of people in competition. It's very strong. So once more, palm to palm, heel down, extend with your knee, and this is the main thing. Once you get here, life is good. Yep, 3, 2, 1. Pull with the ab crunching motion. So if I pull into this type of guard, right, I want to get his foot off the mat. So I pull my knee to my chest and I extend in the direction his toes are pointing. I want him to step in this direction. If he steps back here, it's going to be very awkward for me to turn. So pull and then extend in this direction here. And now turn onto your side and get his foot off the mat in this position. Now it all depends how he reacts. Right, my partner's turning his knee down, so this is great. But even if he starts coming into me, right? If I get onto my side, it should be pretty difficult. And if he comes into me too much, this is what I think about scooping the leg and doing other things like transitioning towards the other side, which is more advanced. But very simply, think about getting his foot off the mat. So extend, make him step up wide, turn onto your side. You can even do things like post on his foot, post on his tricep, whatever. Get your foot toward the inside, and it's so easy because his foot is off the mat. That makes sense? Yeah, 3, 2, 1. To do it anytime you can lock his knee into position. All you need is his knee neutral, right? This is all you need, and it's very easy to get. So we switch towards the scoop grip. If his knee is open, right, you can't do this move, but off balancing him and going for the weighted sweep is going to be much easier. Right, so go back. All we need is the knee neutral. So from here, I think about locking up a good grip. Very important that my shoulder kind of gets stuck on his toes. Because once I'm here, if he tries moving his toes, it's pretty awkward, and now I can lever him down. Some people are trying to do it with a hook in, it's gonna be awkward. It's your knee turning down and your ankle turning out. Kind of this pressure here. You're gonna be inside his knee. It's extremely strong because all the force goes into the side of his knee and he has to turn down. Now I can lever the foot towards my face. As I extend, I can break him down quite easily. You'll be surprised how common this comes up. Go back. Anytime we're playing De La Riva, maybe I'm playing reverse guard, I'm trying to pummel inside, I'm having trouble. If I can switch towards here and get this toes stuck in my like shoulder, I can lever him down. I can break his knee down to the floor. Does that make sense, guys? So really focus on the off balance, because getting his hands to the floor is everything. Because once you get his knee turned in, then you have a whole bunch of offensive options. Yep, 3, 2, 1.